Hello, water signs. It's Blue Moon Oracle, and I am here tonight with your full moon in Scorpio tarot reading. So the full moon is all about a crescendo of emotions. It's been gaining in energy as it's been growing in size, and there's just a release of energy is coming. Okay, so the full moon in and of itself is an emotional experience. I mean, we're 60% water. It affects us whether we acknowledge it or not. But this particular full moon is a full moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about death and rebirth, transition, transformation, change, letting go of old things. It's the death card in tarot. And so, these things are going to be coming to the surface, and this is not the kind of full moon you just stroll on into without a care in the world. We want to be intentional here. We've got Mars energy. We've got the Tower kind of energy coming in. It's volatile. It's passionate. It is communicative. It is deep. It is personal. Okay. And, following this new moon in Aries, which is, where we get a chance to reboot and restart the astrological new year. And with some of the things that came up for us as a collective, self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, some fears about getting quiet, about how to move forward. This is the perfect time to get to those kind of karmic patterns and release them once and for all. So with this reading, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, where are you at? What have you been manifesting since the new moon? And some of that will be intentional. Some of that might not be intentional. What aspects of shadow are rising to the surface? And we're also going to cover what needs releasing to capitalize on the power of the waning moon, which is as the moon gets smaller. And then also what actions we need to take to, get the most out of this full moon in Scorpio energy that's going to go with us for the rest of this lunar cycle. Okay. So this again is for my water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Sun, moon rising, and your north node. Look up your north node of the moon if you want to know where you should be heading. If you want to know what the hell to change and work on, look at your south node. You don't need your birth time for either one of these, and it's great for shadow work. Okay, it's great for breaking karmic patterns and for kind of figuring out where your true north should be. Okay, so let's clear this deck of all the energy, and we're going to do this for our water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, it's your moon, and Pisces. Hell, it's all of our moons because we are really affected by this moon. Okay. So what are water signs manifesting since the start of this lunar cycle? Let's find out. What are my water signs manifesting? What are my water signs manifesting? What are my water signs manifesting? I just have to show you this first card that jumped, the moon. All right. We don't play, do we? This is our realm. This is our realm. All right, and what aspects of shadow are going to be coming to the surface for our water signs? Okay. And what needs releasing for our water signs? The remainder of this lunar cycle. My God, it's so weird. Okay, so weird. Same cards came up other direction for, I want to say our earth signs. And then what do our new intentions need to look like? What actions do we need to take? What's the advice to get the rest of this lunar cycle, to get the most out of the power of this full moon in Scorpio? The transformational power. What actions do our water signs need to take? In addition to what we already talked about, if you hadn't had a chance to look at the new moon intentions reading, go ahead and take a look at it too. It is up on my YouTube page, my Facebook page, and it's kind of broken up into some segments on IG. That's probably the best place to go looking for it. But I did do sacred geometry activation reads for the releasing and the blockages. So, all right. And then I'm going to get a message from Spirit. Message from Spirit for each of the signs, but I won't read those till the end. So let me get a card for, Cancer. Let's get an oracle card, message from Spirit for Cancer. All right. We have 2 cards there. And then I need a message from Spirit, oracle card for Scorpio, please. For Scorpio. Okay. And then I'm going to need a message from Spirit for Pisces. This is a new deck that I just got, and it is called Daily Crystal Inspiration. All right. Let's see. Pisces. All right, Pisces. Looks like you got 3 cards. And we'll get to those at the end. I did take a look at them. I don't want them to influence the read at all. I like for them to kind of confirm what it is we've been doing, what we got going. Okay. So what have our water signs been manifesting this lunar cycle? Y'all been doing this work, or it's just really fucking affecting you. We've been manifesting the moon. So we've been manifesting repressed emotions, repressed memories. Some of us have been heightening our intuition and our psychic abilities. And some of us have been allowing some secrets and mysteries to be coming forth, okay? I really feel like there's just a lot of release of darkness. And then this pink moon, oh my God, this super moon that we are coming into is known as the pink moon. It is a super moon, meaning it's 14 degrees closer to Earth. It's stronger, believed by scientists to be stronger energy. And we are summoning this moon with all the work that some of us are doing with the shadow work and our magic, and bringing forth the darkness and the light here. I'm going to use my Dark Mirror Oracle deck for more additional clarification, but I just want to go through the cards first. So what aspects of shadow are coming to the surface with the 3 of materials and the 9 of materials in reverse? So I kind of feel like some religious issues may be coming up for some people, some spiritual or religious issues. 3 of Pentacles is the only pentacle sign that has kind of like a religious connotation to it. And I'm really picking that up. 3 is a spiritual number. Okay. And we're talking about aspects of shadow. So I think there's going to be some hidden issues with spirituality, with religion, that are going to come up through this process. Also, the Sun of Materials in reverse is making me think that some over-dependence issues and codependency issues are going to be coming to the surface, because the 9 of Pentacles is all about meeting our own needs. Okay. And I think what's going to happen, probably because of all these repressed emotions, these new revelations and these secrets that have come out about our family, about our history, memories that, were repressed, I think are coming out too for some. There's this extra emotion. And so I feel like what's happening is like this need to like reach out for comfort and safety and security outside of ourselves. And that can manifest for us as codependency or overdependence on other people as well, caretaking, and then overdependence. And then what needs releasing this lunar cycle? We have the Ace of Emotions in reverse. I immediately get self-love. I immediately get self-love with that. I mean, that without a shadow of a doubt. And also old ideas about what love is, and they're tied to our childhood. So this is the 6 of Cups. And if you see here, it's literally her inner child in there. Okay, so these are going to be old ideas, outdated ideas about what love is and what the purpose of a loving romantic relationship is in our lives, or, what we should and should not be expecting in our loving relationships in a healthy way. So I think we need to let go of some of those old ideas. And this may be something like worth inventorying and taking, stock of our patterns and our relationships. First, romantic, and then looking at friendships, and then familial patterns, and see where we see the patterns in relationships as it comes to love. Most especially, how does new love affect you? The idea of new love, or when feelings start growing in a new relationship or a new connection with somebody. I think it's time to look at some of those behaviors and get to the root cause of them and see what's looking at that. And then, also like how we perceive love in relationships, or how we were loved by our parents or not loved, really does affect how we treat ourselves. So I think we also need to take stock of how we show love and compassion to ourselves, or how we don't, and why it is that we do that. And so those are some things that are needed releasing. And so what actions are going to need to be taken, or new intentions, or things to capitalize on this new moon, is we've got the 3 of Swords and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to have to crack that heart wide open. We're going to have to crack that heart wide open. We're going to get fucking buck naked and vulnerable, man. We're just going to have to figure out what needs healing and allow it to come out. Allow our inner light to shine. And how do we do that? I think we have to get quiet. We have to get centered. This is about emotional stability, in a sense, being able to stay in the center here no matter what's going on around us. No matter what's going around us. We also need to be optimistic, like that came up in that Aries new moon reading. We've got, because this is about luck being on your side when it's upright. The Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. Okay, but we have to deal with those feelings of isolation, rejection, abandonment, and like this idea that we just are going to be suffering always, and we're always going to be alone, because our vibration's super low here. The vibration is super high here. We have to deal with these issues so that we can raise our vibration and we can usher in all of those things and stay centered and grounded no matter what's going on around us, not being kind of tossed to and fro about external circumstances in our life that are out of our control, because some things happen that are just out of our control. We have literally no control over it. And can we stay centered during that? So I feel like those are the actions we need to take, is how do we stay centered and grounded no matter what's going on around us? Keep in mind, this is number 10. We're halfway through the journey through major arcana. And then figure out what needs healing and releasing. And, you know, doing that through some personal inventorying. And, you know, even if you're not in a program, the inventory process in the 12-step programs is fucking incredible. So that's something you might want to look into if you're having trouble kind of figuring out, you know, what exactly needs addressing. Okay. So I'm going to pull some of the Dark Mirror Oracle cards to get some further insight on these cards, my water signs. And so what aspects of shadow coming up? Overdependence, codependency, and you definitely see some sacral chakra issues here, and issues with spirituality and religion. I feel like there are going to be some issues coming up for that as well. Let's see, you know, if we want to shed further light on that with this Dark Mirror Oracle deck. What aspects of shadow are coming up for our water signs? What aspects of shadow are coming up for our water signs? All right, we have got Calling the Storm. You know, this was in reverse. I'm going to say our self-saboteur is going to be showing up. Our self-saboteur, our inner critic, we're going to call it. And that is one aspect of shadow. So something I want to point out here too is that this part of us is not our enemy. This part of us, although this coping skill is destructive, you know, it is set up to protect us. And when this part of shadow was created, the job that it took on, you know, it took it on for a reason, and it was to protect you in some way, shape, or form. Thing is that when this part of us split off and became a shadow, it stopped developing and aging and growing up and maturing. So it stuck wherever it was created, you know, with the mentality and the emotional, the emotional growth of whatever age, you know, you were at that time. So this is number 30. And I think this is going to have to also do for some people with the divine feminine. The divine feminine. And I think that we need to call in the dark mothers, the dark goddesses. And, you know, I'm talking about like Demeter and Persephone and Hecate and the Morrigan and Nemesis and Eris and, excuse me, and the like, and calling on the power of the storm to come in and to clean and wipe out things. I promise you, it'll change your life forever. And then let's see, anything else for what aspects of shadow are coming up for my water signs? Wow, what a fucking intense card. The energy here is waning gibbous. So peak releasing energy. And then this here is anger and chains. And we've got, it's a waning crescent energy here. So banishing, transmutation, and releasing of the anger and the chains. Those self-imposed prisons of the Eight of Swords. The number here is 29. That's the number 11. But I feel like this also has to do with that divine feminine, with that 2 showing up. You know, but you're at the end of that journey here. We're just going to shake that shit off. And we're going to take a look at, you know, the spiritual aspects here that we have in religion and how that has shaped our view of the feminine, of the divine feminine, the possibility of a divine feminine. You know, how has traditional religion harmed you in a way and shaped your view of masculinity and femininity? And how do you internalize that? How does it keep parts of you repressed or held back? How does it affect your progress? And I really feel like, you know, this anger is going to come up. And we're going to unleash it and we're going to let it fucking go. Some great stuff for anger release. It's going to be like sacral chakra poses, like the goddess pose. And look up some other yoga poses and just get that shit out of you, man. You got to scream it out if you have to, okay? It's coming up, okay? And then what needs releasing for our water signs? What needs releasing for our water signs? What needs releasing? Ah, okay. Okay. Give me a second to take a look at this here. This one card can kind of go a few ways. So we've got waxing gibbous. Let's peak attraction energy. And then we have the dark moon, artificial heart. I love this. I fucking love these cards. So I'll let you take a look at this. This is forgetting oneself. Forgetting oneself. We do that. We do that in our codependent relationships, don't we? Where did that come up? That came over here. No, it came up over here too. What he's releasing. We do that in our codependent relationships. We forget ourselves. We put our needs and ourselves to the side, and we sacrifice those things for other people. And we think that is love, and that's not love. Why are we doing that? Let's get to the root of why we are forgetting ourselves and putting other people, other situations, other, like a work, whatever, against our own, putting it above our own well-being. Why are we forgetting ourselves? This is the number 1 and the number 7. So it's a new beginning and a new way of looking at this. And then 7 is a fact-finding spiritual number. It analyzes things and it takes a look at things and it goes on a mission to fact-find. It's also a crossroads, and that's something that this moon is about too, with all the planetary alignments that are going on. You know, is that this is a crossroads. You know, if you take one route, you're going to go back down, repeating some similar patterns. Or you can take this new road, this new beginning at this crossroad and do something different this time. You know, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the very definition of insanity. Okay, no, it's not the very definition. That was just for emphasis. But still, it is insanity. And then we have artificial heart. And this is a dark moon. And I think this goes with calling on the dark mother and calling on the dark goddesses to come in and to help with that shadow and embracing the shadow. And this is about, this is about the masculine and the feminine and addressing those things. This 1 and this 2. It's a masculine number, it's a feminine number. It's the yin and the yang, or yin and the yang and the yin. I get confused. Okay, so this is receptive energy and this is giving energy. And what does it look like in our, number 1, our relationships? What's really underneath why we give so much of ourselves, water signs? What's really driving that? I mean, is it truly selfless? And you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be willing to look at this. This is artificial heart. And this is the dark moon, okay? These are the things that we have been avoiding looking at in the shadows. So we're gonna invite the light to come in, because when the light comes in, the shadows can be seen, okay? And, you know, this number 1 has to do with the divine masculine. Ambition, drive, moving forward. What stops us? What compels us? Really? You know, we are giving and we are empathetic and we are loving and compassionate and we are intuitive and we are healers and we are psychics and we are just giving to the collective. But like, some of us need to be honest about what is driving that. What is it we are looking for to gain out of this? Because when we're looking for outside sources, look in this reverse on a pentacles, to meet our needs, we're going to end up disappointed every time. Used, rejected, abandoned, discarded, taken for granted. What is our role in that, in these relationships, in these situations we get ourselves in? Or that we stay in? And then what actions need to be taken? We had got the Wheel and the 3 of Swords on what we do to make it through the rest of this inner cycle. We talked about staying centered, so meditation, staying grounded, finding that space, expecting good things because luck has turned, and then identifying what needs healing, coming out of isolation, reaching out to those around us in a vulnerable, not just authentic, okay? Something I had to learn, you know, my authenticity is not vulnerability. I mean, we're being real, but being vulnerable means opening ourselves up to possible rejection or possible, whatever our fear is. Being vulnerable, opening up to those around us, letting them know what's really going on in those dark spaces here on this 3 of Swords. So, from the Dark Mirror deck, what is it we need to, you know what? I don't think I need to use that deck for this. I need advice from, I'm going to do Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck for actions we need to take as a collective for the water signs to capitalize on the power of this transformational full moon in Scorpio. Wow, quite a bit of cards. I'm not going to take them all. I'm going to take the one that fell before. Pardon me. All right, I love this card. Follow the voice of your soul. Call on your star ancestors. Literally do that. Call on the star ancestors and follow the voice in your soul. These supernatural things that are happening to you, these dreams, these numbers that are coming to you, or this feeling like something is around you, not scaring you. And it might scare you because you don't know what it is, but I promise you it's good energy. Calling them to come to you. Calling them. Calling them. feel like there's more here. Be brave and honest. You know, getting rid of this artificial heart, letting out the anger and the chains, and dealing with all this moon energy that's coming up for us. I mean, wow, that is a lot. Entering the uncharted territory. And this card is calling you to be brave and to be honest. Be honest with yourself about yourself. Be loving, be kind, be gentle, be brave. There's nothing to fear. On the other side of this is liberation and taking off those chains, like this says here, in anger and chains. And this is releasing energy that's coming in. We're letting it go for the last time. So be brave. Calm the energy of the night. Whatever night it is you need. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Whatever it is you need. Calm that energy. Calm that energy and be brave. And we're going to go forward. We're going to push through this. We're going to release this stuff. All right, so let's take a look at the messages from Spirit. Where the hell? Oh, here, I put them here. Okay, so first we have messages from Spirit for Cancer. We have Ocean Jasper, schedule yourself in. That goes so much with this forgetting oneself. Why do we sacrifice ourselves for others? This is saying schedule yourself in. And if you want to order this crystal, you can look online for it. It is called Ocean Jasper. Schedule some time for yourself to nourish and replenish yourself, waters, for Cancer. You know, because you want to give, but you have got to make time for yourself. Ocean Jasper. And then you also got Smoky Quartz. We're going to let it go. We're going to let go. We're going to let go of that artificial heart. We're going to let go of our fear. We're going to let go of our fear. We're going to let go of those things that we've been holding on to. You know, we're going to do that. We're going to do that this time. And this is Smoky Quartz. That's another stone that you can get for you for the rest of this moon cycle. And then we have, next we have Scorpio. Scorpio, we got black kyanite, and we've got selenite. I love my selenite wand. All right, so for the black kyanite, it says set strong boundaries. And we talked about that in what needs releasing. It's assessing and looking at those relationships in our lives. And what does that give and take look like? This is saying and encouraging you to set strong boundaries. And I think that Three of Pentacles applies here. You know, that may have to do with like being on the teams at work, or some teams, project teams that you're on, or where there's more than two of you, we're gonna need to set some strong boundaries. And this black kyanite can help you, okay? And then we have selenite, clear the clutter. Clear the clutter. We need to be cleansing our aura. And selenite is perfect for that. I also use it to pull cords. When I'm really just like, okay, I got too many here, it's too many for my hands, I can just pull out the cords here. But you can use this selenite wand to cleanse the energy around you. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. That's why you see me do this. I'm clearing the energy around my psychic hearing abilities over here. Oh God, I feel like there's something coming out here. I don't know, that's not yours, that's mine. Ugh. Clear your energy, selenite wand. And then for Pisces, we have hematite, ground yourself. You know, sometimes that's spiritual, you know, we get so up here, we're just not really, really good. We need to focus on those lower chakras and grounding and rooting ourselves, okay? And be kind to yourself as you are facing these things. Let's not fall into this self-loathing, self-loathing. Be kind to yourself. And this is pink opal. And that is for Pisces. All right, water signs. It has been real. It's been amazing. I love y'all. I am a Cancer. And, when I say namaste, the spirit of me is connected to the spirit in you. I mean, I'm not just saying that. I really mean that, because as you work to free yourself, water signs, you help to free the collective. Every time you cross a new threshold and new territory through your healing process, you open up portals and vortexes for others to do the same. Okay? And as you heal yourself, you help heal me. You help heal the collective. And as I do this work, I do the same for you. Our souls, our spirits, our energy is connected. Consciously, we are connected. So we do this work for ourselves, but we also do this work for each other. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to love yourself enough to do this work. and to join me and allow me to be a part of this journey with you, this sacred path of meeting our shadow, embracing our shadow, of healing and integrating the self and ascending. Until next time, namaste. The spirit in me recognizes, loves, adores, cherishes, and is connected to the spirit of you. Bye, water signs.